The 1956 Constitution of Pakistan. What was it, and why did it take so long to become law? By Lynn Perello. Some of the characteristics of the Constitution are: the official name of the country is Islamic Republic of Pakistan. The objective resolution was included as the preamble by the Constitution. Parliamentary was with a primary minister as head of government. A single house, only one national assembly. Required the president required to be Muslim and ceremonial head of state. Islamic law. No law would be passed against the teachings of the Quran and Sunnah. The Supreme Court as an apex court, a final arbitrator of all decisions. And the fundamental rights, including freedoms of movement, speech and profession, and profess religion, right to life, liberty, and property. And the language would be English, Urdu, and Bengali were made the national languages. It all began with Jinnah's vision that he delivered in his speech to the Constituent Assembly on August 11, 1947. He said that the Pakistan state will have nothing to do with matters of faith, and Pakistan was supposed to become a democratic Muslim majority nation state. He also stated that you will find that in course of time in Pakistan, Hindus would cease to be Hindus and Muslims would cease to be Muslims, not in the religious sense, because that is the personal faith of each individual, but in the political sense as citizens of state. The Bengalis of East Pakistan were the majority ethnic group in the new country, and the democratic recognition of multiculturalism and ethnic diversity of Pakistan should have automatically translated into the Bengalis becoming the main ruling group. The Muslim League decided, without regard of any other groups, to use Islam as a slogan that was supposed to dissolve ethnic nationalism among the Muslim majority of the country. This is where things went bad, and a direct democracy may have guided the political cultural participation of all ethnicities in the nation building process. But the Prime Minister, Liaquat Ali Khan, had another idea. Just a year and a half after Jinnah had described Pakistan as a democratic Muslim majority state, where religion and state would largely be separate, the resolution now declared Pakistan to be an Islamic entity, in which no law or policy would be allowed to contradict the teachings of the Quran and the Sunnah. There was an uproar among the country's Hindu and Christian communities, called the minorities. Their leaders accused the government of ignoring Jinnah's original vision and submitting the dictates of his enemies. The government made things worse by not including the minorities in the decision-making of the Islamic country. The Sindhi, Baloch, Bengali, and Pushtun nationalists were not happy at all in the Constitution. They were to be appeased with a promise of holding direct elections based on adult franchise, while fundamentalists defining Pakistan as an Islamic republic. All this happened leading up to the 1956 Constitution. This Constitution had many weaknesses. There was a committee which was assigned the task to frame the Constitution and presented the draft bill in the Constituent Assembly of Pakistan on July 9, 1956. The bill was opposed by Bengali, Awami League, and East Pakistan and others. Some at the official ceremony inauguration of the Constitution. With all of this opposition, the Constitution was still passed. The interpretation of Islamic law and the representation of the people are open to those enforcing it. After enforcement of the Constitution of 1956, the role of president remained very authoritative, and his undue interference with political parties and ministers kept Pakistan away from constitutional development, and consequently parliamentary system under this constitution failed. The Constitution was short-lived, was never practically implemented, as no elections were held. The Constitution of 1956 proved to be short-lived, as on October 7, 1958, martial law was made known and the Constitution was rescinded. Thank you.